Hey, this is Steve Domenico in the Room podcast with Jake the Bull Bagley, 3-1 amateur flyweight, fighting for Premier FC 30 this month for their flyweight amateur title. Jake, welcome to the show, man. How's everything going?
It's going good, man. Thanks for having me. I love talking to you guys.
Big news, brother. You got a big title fight coming up. You were busy in 2019. Your whole amateur career took place 3-1, started out of the gate in February, taking people out. And here we are, first card for Premier, first time fighting for them. How you feeling about making your debut for them and fighting for their title?
I'm getting really excited. I've made it known that I like to travel and be at different promotions. I don't want to spend my whole amateur career stuck in one place, and it's good to get the exposure and the new fans, and I'm really excited about this one.
So you're going, it's not the first time you've been in another promotion that, you're the outsider coming in. You've won fights for other promotions as the outsider coming in. Is it same old business? Is there any jitters in your stomach going to a new place you haven't been to? Because it's a beautiful place that Premier is now having their cards at the Mass Mutual Center in Springfield. How you feel about this big opportunity and the nerves walking in there?
I think it's a great opportunity. And as for the nerves, you know what I mean? I don't think it's a big deal. I like traveling other places that I haven't been and people don't know my name, you know what I mean? Because when I show up and perform, it just makes it all that much better. I've heard great things about Premier and what they've done, so it's a real honor to be asked to come down and fight for their belt.
Yeah, I do believe they're the longest running regional promotion in the New England area. I've been to many cards. I've been media to many cards. I haven't been to their card in over a year, but this is my first one going to Mass Mutual Center. So it's going to be an experience for me to watch fighters there and to see one of up and coming prospects in New England fight there. As far as the fight itself, how you feel about getting back in there? You last fought 2019 in September, where you came away with a unanimous decision, I believe. What's been going on? How's training been going? And how's everything getting ready for this fight?
Yeah, I fought my last time in September. I won a unanimous decision. It was a good fight, and I took a couple months off after that. I spent the holidays and everything with the family and focused on work for a little while. But I've been back to training for a while now. I think I had a long enough break that I'm ready to get back in there. I never really intended to take this long of a break, but it kind of happened, and it worked out for the best. You know what I mean? I got all my priorities back in line, and training's been going good. I wish the sun would stay out a little longer so I could stay awake, but other than that, you know what I mean? Things are going good, and I'm ready for that cage door to close again.
Excellent. Well, you're known to bring a lot of fans with you from the main area. You got a couple of dudes taking the ride down with you as far as being on the card. One of your main training partners there, Zach Richards, fighting on there. They just had another announcement today that Raz Hilton took a late notice fight. He's going to be traveling there. How do you feel about the Maniacs going into Springfield and fighting for actually 3 belts, I do believe?
3 belts. That's the best part. We're coming from Maine. We're going to be driving 3-4 hours, whatever it is, to go fight for another promotion's belts, which they all called and they offered it to us. It's not like we had to go out and search for these fights. You know what I mean? They contacted us and they wanted us on their card. So I mean that makes it even better, and it's going to be awesome to bring 3 belts back home to Maine.
Now, I know, watching you and Zach go at it in the camps and the gyms, and then, you got them other dudes mixing in there that are killing people all over New England. How special is it to actually be training with Zach, getting ready for the same card and, kind of, bouncing things off each other because, cutting weight at the same time, trying to, intensity in the training and then bringing it down the last week. How's all that going with Zach?
It's awesome. I actually trained with Zach for my first fight. My first fight I had back in February. Me and Zach were on the same card that night, and Will Jones. So we all get to train together. It makes it, more fun. Me and Zach are good friends. We enjoy each other's company. So it's good to have that happiness and fun along with the training while being serious. So I think it helps. I enjoy it. I hope he does. And I think we're both coming ready for it.
Excellent. Well, as we know, you were scheduled to take on Brendan Nyford, who fought earlier, maybe I think a month ago or something, and he is on medical suspension or a couple things going on in here. He cannot fight you. He was one of the kids from that area, so he was going to have a lot of fans behind him. You got a new dude coming in from Brazil. We don't know much about him. We would assume that he's a ground fighter. I think he's 3-0 as an amateur.
Right. He's
Uh,
4-0.
oh,
And
4-0.
from what I've seen, he does a lot of stand-up. I'm sure his jiu-jitsu's in class too. But what I've seen, he's had a couple fights, but they had headgear and shins on, so that makes it real hard to wrestle. So I don't think I got to see as good as he really is on the ground.
So as far as him coming in, we don't know much about him. We did know a lot about Brandon. We've seen him fight all over the New England area. Does this change your game plan at all, having a new opponent coming in?
Not exactly. My game plan doesn't really vary from opponent to opponent. It's mostly focused on me and what I need to do, no matter who the opponent is. Neeford would have been a good fight, but I don't think he deserved to fight for a title coming off a loss. And he was injured, and we kind of saw it coming. So I'm glad this kid from Brazil could step in. Like I said, he's 4-0. He's ranked number 1 in Brazil right now. But other than that, we don't know much about him. But I plan on going in there to win, and I think once I hit him a couple times, they'll realize.
Excellent. Well, you've been hitting people quite a bit in your career right now. This early career, 4 fights already. This is going to be your 5th fight in, a year's time, I think. Just a little over a year's time, if
Yeah,
that.
that's it.
So how's the progression with you? How do you see yourself from that first fight and now? Like what have you grown in, and what have you seen from you?
I think I've just started to transform into a fighter. You know, in my first fight, I didn't know too much. I was coming in there, and we just had a big brawl, and there was no technique or finesse and anything like that. And I feel like I'm more comfortable now, and that's the biggest thing that you'll see. You know what I mean? I'm much more light-footed. That first fight, I was walking around like an elephant on my heels, and I didn't know the fight game too well. And I think over the last 3, 4 fights, you know what I mean, I'm really picking it up, and people are going to see a big difference.
Well, you come from a great camp. You come from Nostos MMA. You had Devin Powell, your head coach there. UFC veteran, Bellator fighter. Killing it on the circuit. How's he feel about a couple of his fighters making it down to Springfield to represent and to fight for belts?
Oh, he's pumped. He's always so supportive. You know what I mean? No matter what path we want to take or what promotions we want to go to, yeah, that doesn't matter to him. All that matters is that we're doing our best in training, and we're going to be ready for the fights when time comes.
Well, you've been known to bring a lot of fans, man. What are you bringing? Caravan, buses? What's going to Springfield this time around?
We got a good crowd coming. You know what I mean? It gets bigger and bigger every day. People are still hitting me up for tickets. You know what I mean? Team Bagley always brings the house, and we're going to be loud no matter how many we bring.
Excellent, my man. Well, how much time we got before this fight? Like, what's left to do? What's
I-
the date on this fight? I'm sorry.
It's the 29th, so it's
Okay.
like 15 days or something.
So what do we got left to do, brother? We got 2 weeks to go before weigh-ins.
Yeah, we got a couple hard rounds and some weight loss.
Well, how's the weight loss? I mean, you got the wrestling background, so cutting weight is really nothing to you. How do you feel about it? And what do you think that body's going to be feeling like going into Premier 30 on on that date?
Right. Well, I think anybody that cuts weights knows it's not easy. It's all about a mindset. You got to put yourself there, and you got to want it bad enough, and you can always get it done. My weight's never been too bad. You know what I mean? 10 pounds here and there, but I do it smart. I do it right. I'm not going to kill myself the last couple of days and be all drained out. I did that for one of my fights, and it didn't turn out good for me. So I'm going to make sure I do it right and finish off strong, and by the 29th, I'm going to be ready to go.
Excellent, brother. Well, you had the 4 fights in 2019. We know you like to stay busy in there. Premier, we got a bunch of cards, not to get ahead of ourselves, but what's your projection as far as 2020? How busy you want to stay? And do you have, we see these amateurs that are having success. A lot of them are jumping into the pro ranks so they can use more tools down the line. Not to rush you, but, what's your timeline on all this?
Right now, it's kind of fight by fight. I got some more learning to do and stuff. Yeah, it'd be nice to start getting paid to do this. You know what I mean? I could work a little less. But I think right now I'm going to take it fight by fight and see how it goes. I'm in no rush. You know what I mean? I'm still young. I still got time to make this happen. So I'm going to do it the right way and make sure I take care of business.
Excellent, my man. Well, Jake, before I let you give shout-outs and stuff, what should we expect to see from you in this title fight, at Premier 30?
I think you just need to be ready for me to come out and take care of business. You know what I mean? I'm not going down in there to have fun. You know what I mean? It's a business trip, and I want this belt. So I'm going to do whatever I got to do and make sure I get the work done.
Excellent, my man. Well, shout outs, thank yous, and social media, because there's still plenty of time for them tickets to sell, and plenty of time for people to check you out and see what's going to be going on the 29th.
Absolutely. I just want to say thank you to all the people at the gym, my friends and family that support me all the time. You know, I mean, I got Bill Jones, my manager, that helps take care of everything. I mean, a lot of people in my life that support and have started to follow me, and I really appreciate that. I got Sneakers Graphics, Skull and Snake Tattoo, AFM contracting, all kinds of different businesses stepping up to help. We got Green Gold and Uncle Pete's Relief. And I just want to say thank you. Without my sponsors and my friends, you know what I mean, there wouldn't be much here to do. I'd have to be working and not training. So I appreciate all of you guys, and let's just keep going and let's get a belt strapped around me.
Awesome. Social media, are you at a few
Yeah,
places?
yeah. Facebook, you can follow me on Jake the Bull Bagley. You know what I mean? All my stuff gets shared on there all day. You can message, respond, ask questions, and I make sure I get back to everybody as quick as possible. And make sure you click the follow button because we got some big news coming soon.
Excellent, my man. Well, there you go. Jake the Bull Bagley fighting for the premier flyweight amateur title at Premier 30 on February 29th at the Mass Mutual Center in Springfield, Mass. His first trip there, but it won't be his last because this dude is killing it in the New England scene, and he may have another piece of jewelry to show around the scene. So with that said, Jake, thanks for calling in so much, and I'll see you at the fights. I'll be cage side, and let's get a word after.
Oh, absolutely, man. I'll see you before the fights.
All right, my man. I'll be hanging out. I'll be looking for you.
All right, awesome, man.
All right, my man. You have a good one, and be safe for the next 15 days. We'll see you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right.